I went to Chicago because Chicago was the hood, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when I thought about ghetto, I thought about Chicago, and I hadn't been there in a while, you know, so I said, let me go out there, you know. Met my man Kato out there, you know, rest in peace, you know.
Let's talk a little bit about Kato, because in the video,
Yeah.
there's quite a few people wearing Kato's shirts.
Yeah.
Like, who is Kato to you?
He's the, well, first, he was a friend to me, you know what I'm saying? He was a friend, you know, to my family, you know, his wife, my wife, friends, you know, but, you know, he's also, he's a husband, father, you know, and CEO of Gennaro Records. You know, record label out in Chicago, you know, got a couple of artists. They just got signed, you know, they just got a deal. But that was, you know, that was my dog, you know, dogs for life. Kato, rest in peace.
You have so many other things that you're working on, Bloodline Films, for instance.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about Never Die Alone and what people can expect from that?
With Never Die Alone, people can expect to see what they've never seen out of me in a movie, in a character, you know? It's not what I've been doing, you know, thus far, you know, but it's definitely something interesting, new, you know, something I think I carried. It's a role I think I carried better than, you know, my last two roles, you know? It's something that I can relate to more. I read the books, you know, it's the first of the author Donald Goines' books to be made into a movie, and I'm honored, you know what I'm saying, to be the first one given privilege by the state to do that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not what they've seen, what my fans have seen from me in movies.
You've been in like 8 movies already, so how is this one a little different? Besides your personal involvement, I guess your production company has in the movie.
Because I think, besides Belly, this is like the realest role I've ever done. You know, it's real with an undeniable truth to it. You know, it's wrong with an undeniable right to it. That's what it is. You know, that's what truth is.
And your son's in the movie?
Yeah, my son, my 10-year-old son, Xavier. He plays my son. But he plays the younger version, because my son is also older in the movie. There's a time lapse of maybe about, what, 20 years, I think, in the movie. You know, so I'm a younger guy, then I'm an older guy. And he plays the younger version of my son. I bust him in the head with the bottle, you know. So, sit down, get up, you know. Talk greasy to him, all crazy. You know, and I asked him while he was doing it if he enjoyed doing it. Because just because I'm doing it, it's not something that I want to push on my kids. You know, you're going to do this and da-da-da. I mean, I want to let them pretty much be themselves, you know, but help them along the way. And he enjoyed doing it, you know, and wants to do more of it. So, you know, I'm going to just be there for him.
You're involved in quite a few charitable efforts, the Mary Ella Foundation and your summer camp, Camp Eureka.
Yeah.
But a lot of people know that you are as involved.
A lot of people don't know?
Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware that you have been very active in charity work and reaching out to the community.
I mean, I don't really do what I do for people to know about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Whoever I'm benefiting, you know, they know. That's all that really matters. You know, I don't do it for like, yo, call Channel 7, call Channel 9, call Channel 11, tell them I'm gonna be over here giving away. You know, it ain't that serious, man. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be out. You know, 'cause that's all I came for was to do it. I ain't coming around to, you know, to do it and, you know, sit back and have you tell me how great I am for doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, here, man, I see you needed it. Here, yo, I'm out. You know what I mean? Just keep it moving.
Tell us a little bit about what the Mary Ella Foundation does.
Well, what it does and what it's going to eventually do are two different things. You know, right now what we're doing is we have an annual Thanksgiving dinner for, like, you know, the homeless and, you know, the kids in group homes, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They can have, like, family on Thanksgiving, you know, and I'm there myself, you know what I'm saying, serving the food and all that, you know. We give away the, we visited one of the homes I was in, and Children's Village, you know, we've been there, you know, I don't know how many times in the past couple of years, you know. Christmas time, you know, giving away stuff to the kids, you know, donating computers and stuff like that, you know. Harlem Hospital, Christmas, you know. I mean, there's like a lot of stuff, you know. It's like wherever there's like a need, you know, whatever's like brought to my attention, you know, we knock it out, you know, and it helps.
I just want to jump back to the album and talk about, can you tell us what guests are on the album? Besides Patti LaBelle.
Okay, I was going to say, you know, we got, you know, Miss Patti LaBelle on there. We have Cam is on there. Chinky's on there. BS is on there. Drag is on there. Who else is on there? Huh?
Jadakiss, Styles P, Eve. I heard you did the track with 50 Cent.
Well, I did the track. I did do the track. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's gonna be on the album. Yeah.
There's a lot of talk of you moving into the ministry.
Huh?
There's a lot
Yeah.
of talk of you moving into the ministry. Do you have your course of action planned out, how to make that transition? Because it seems like you.
No, I have actually the only thing I have lined out or lined up is the first step. You know, and that's you know, you go somewhere quiet, you know, for a couple of months and just, you know, read my Bible. And I think in doing that, or while that's, you know, while I'm doing that, it'll come to me how I'm supposed to go.
I don't know if you ever had a